Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. We're here. We're doing it. We're going to have a good fucking Monday. I hope you're having a great Monday, everybody. As I drink water out of my pheasant cup. Look at them pheasants. Look at that guy. Look how crazy looking the eye of that goddamn thing is. A pheasant looks at you and you think it has the eyes of a demon. It's a demon bird that hangs out in the ditches around the cornfield, stealing what it needs to survive in the harsh environments of the Midwest. The pheasant. I think pheasants are all over. I think they're down like Texas and shit too. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Maybe you should look that up, Wade. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna assume. Yeah, there's all sorts of pheasants. I got some nice duck hunting glasses and pheasant glasses. It's fun. It's a fun thing to drink from. It's festive. What's it festive for, Wade? I don't know. It's just, to me, it's nice. I like drinking from a glass from a bird. From a prehistoric dinosaur, probably. Somehow related to something way back in the day that would kill us. Just a small miniature version of whatever giant species of bird prey that it was roaming around getting. But what do I know? Hey, I hope you're having a fantastic week so far, though, guys. I hope you're starting off this Monday just kicking it right in the balls. I hope you're looking it right down the barrel and telling Monday, pull the trigger. I dare you. You don't have the cojones, Monday. You don't have the goddamn gall to fucking make me start the week off on a bad foot. Let me ask you something, punk. Let me ask you, Monday. You're probably asking, did he fire 5 shots or 6? Well, in all the excitement, I lost track myself. So let me ask you something, Monday. Do you feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk? And then Monday goes, yeah, I do actually, because I'm the first bullet of the week. And blows you away. No, but I hope you're wearing Kevlar. And you're just taking bullets and just fending off Monday, dude. I hope your guys conquering it, having a good week, you know? Because that's what we need to do. I'm trying to put out good, positive vibes. Trying to do that. Because I have been taking some L's. As the kids say, I've been posting L's all past couple weeks. I just have. And they're not like big ones. They're just the little annoying things. I'll tell you what. I think I'm getting to a point where I might have to start going to coffee shops. I might have to, and I feel like I'm adamantly against that. I've never expressed that publicly. I've never stated that I have a problem with coffee shops or that you shouldn't go to them. I do think you should go to them. They're convenient. They're nice. You know, when you need a cup of coffee, or as a writer. As a writer as I am, I like to go to a coffee shop and have myself a nice black coffee while I sit there and write my funnies, write my goofs. As I type away and come up with my goofs and my gags, you know, I like going to a coffee shop to feel inspired. I'm not adamantly against them. I am against going to them every day of the week. I'm completely against going and getting coffee from anywhere other than your house every day. I will say that. It's good to have a nice treat and go to a barista maybe here and there. But when you're like me and you don't drink fancy coffees, I don't drink a frappuccino or need whipped cream on top of I drink straight black coffee. Why do I need to go to somebody in a drive-thru? Huh? Why do I need to add another human being to this element? Okay? I don't need another human being, okay? I have the beans at home. I can brew it myself. Do I have hot water? Do I have a coffee maker? Do I have a coffee pot? No, actually, I don't have a coffee pot, and that's the problem now. I fucking broke the coffee pot. And that's why I might have to start doing that. Going to an actual coffee shop and having somebody brew my coffee for me. Because clearly I'm not responsible enough to handle the equipment. This is the second coffee pot within a year that I've broken. The first one wasn't even mine. Broke my parents. Broke that coffee pot. Doing it the most dumb, dipshit way possible. You know, they don't keep their coffee maker out on the counter all the time, right? They don't use it every day. Honestly, my parents don't even drink coffee. They don't. They drink. They have it there for when my aunt comes up once a year. And then now that I drink coffee, I use it more. I honestly think I probably started drinking coffee to make them justify having a coffee maker. I have it now when I go over to their house. But they got a coffee maker because my aunt drinks coffee like crazy. So they got that. So when she comes up, she gets to have coffee there. And that's what they did. And I was getting it down during Thanksgiving back home. Want to make some coffee in the morning. It sounds great, right? So I go into the and they keep it up on the top shelf in their cupboard, or not cupboard, but in their pantry. Because they're fancy. They have a pantry is a walk-in closet for food. It's crazy when you go into people and they have a big ass pantry. Just wall to wall with food, and there's 2 people who live in that house. It's not like they have the family there anymore. They have the family over, but it's a giant room for food. I don't even have access to that. I don't know. Anyway, they keep it in the pantry, and it's on the top shelf of the pantry. And I go to reach for it and get it. Now, the smart thing to do if you're getting down a coffee maker with glass from a high place would probably be to get the glass pot off first, right? That's what you should do. But guys, I was sleepy and tired because I hadn't had my morning coffee yet. I'm not thinking logically. I see the thing that's going to get me to the productive status and get my brain looping. I'm like a zombie in the morning before the coffee, okay? We all know that feeling. You're just wandering into the pantry, and you're just like, coffee, coffee. And I reach up like a fumbling Frankenstein and try to grab this coffee maker, and didn't pull the coffee maker off, the glass off first. You know what's really frustrating? I would have felt less bad about it had I gotten it and it fell off when I got it off the shelf, right? Got it off the shelf. Everything's cool. And then I walk out of the pantry. I'm at this point, I'm 6-7 feet away from where I was. And as soon as I put it on the counter, it had jiggled enough, and that's when it fell. It fell in the place where there was a walkway for everybody to step on it. Right in the walkway. Just shatter a big piece of glass. And now it's a double whammy. I've broken my parents' appliance. And rendered it useless, and now I don't get coffee. And there's a possibility that somebody might step on a piece of glass later if you missed one, because it's so hard to pick up glass on dark floor, like dark hardwood floor. How do you spot it? You just you vacuum over and over and over, and you sweep over and over again, and you just hope that there isn't some lone stray Rambo piece of glass going, he took all my men, and it just stabs somebody in the foot. You just hope you don't have the situation of Merv coming through the window in Home Alone. You hope you just don't have to step in. Kill that kid. That's what would happen. My parents would yell, I'm going to kill that kid for stepping on glass that I caused. So that was the first coffee pot I broke this year. And then I broke my own, just trying to be good. I hadn't washed the pot in a while. Nobody really washes their coffee pot that often if you're using it all the time. You kind of just let it get that nice tinted brown stain to it, right? It lets people know, hey, I have a caffeine addiction. You don't wash the coffee pot. You let it just sit there and get stained, and you let people know that you go through so much Folgers. The flavor crystals have been absorbed into the glass. Honestly, if you drink coffee out of a different pot, it tastes different because you don't have the hindering flavors. I treat my coffee pots like a cast iron skillet. It just gets seasoned more and more as you use it. But I decided it was time to give it a wash. Get that brown stain like a ring in your toilet out of there. Ew. You guys know what I'm talking about. You let that sit there a little bit. You get that nice little brown ring. You haven't washed most of you haven't washed your toilet in a while. I guarantee you there's a brown ring in there. And you think it's from poop. It's not. It's just from the hard water It's just from the hard water you have in your toilet. Or maybe you tell yourself that. Maybe you're somebody who pees and just lets it sit there. You're an environmentally friendly person, and you don't want to flush if it's yellow. You let that shit mellow. Don't let shit mellow. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, you flush it down. But yeah, just washing it, getting that ring out of there, just trying to do that, and then all of a sudden, pop! I popped off a perfect triangular piece of my coffee pot, and it just went right into the fucking sink. Not only just in the sink, it went down the garbage disposal. So now we got a situation. I have glass in the garbage disposal. Luckily, it's only one piece. We only got one piece, but I got to reach in and get it out. I don't know if you guys have seen horror movies or anything, but that's normally when something bad happens. Hey, I got an idea. Let's put glass down a thing that's designed to chop up other things. So there's blades and glass in here. Woo. Sounds like a Mortal Kombat level. We got a real situation. And I found it. And I could feel it, but I couldn't really get it with my fingers. And I was too scared about, like, cutting myself. So I had to do the smart thing. I did do the smart thing. I didn't try to pull it. I located it with a finger. Just figured it out. It was like, okay, yeah, there, a little bit, okay. And then, so I located it, kind of got a feel for what angle it was at, and that's when I had to go get the salad tongs. And I went with salad tongs because they're wood. Okay, you got to get the wood tongs. It's a little softer. But what if we went like a metal tongs for the grill? I think I might break the glass. The metal tongs just don't have the touch. So I go with the salad tongs, and I gently get it out. Now I won't say it was perfect. I would have got buzzed if we were playing, Operation, but I got it out nonetheless. But and now I don't have a coffee maker, and things are getting bleak. I don't know what to do. Not waking up and having coffee right away. I'm having to fend for myself. And I won't go to getting those lines for those coffees in the morning. That's the worst part. That's why you just don't go to a coffee shop right away in the morning, dude. It's the lines. They're the worst. The lines are the worst part. I've been going to a gas station and getting coffee, and I'll tell you what, it's overpriced. It's still I don't understand how gas stations just don't charge $1 for coffee. They should. It's not great. It's not good. There's no gourmet coffee. They act like they have gourmet coffee. Oh, would you like your iced coffee from Casey's or Quick Star or Come and Go? How would you like our iced coffee? No, I don't want your iced coffee. I barely want your hot coffee. It's not good. I started drinking coffee in the best way possible so I don't have a really good taste for it and I can just stomach it. I was drinking workplace coffee to begin with. And when I first got into coffee, it was at my first office job. And knowing what I know now about coffee, it was the worst. And everybody told me it was. People who I worked with were like, yeah, our coffee here is garbage. And that's why they have all the sweeteners and stuff so you can like make it taste good. And I was like, okay, I want the benefits of coffee because of caffeine, and I don't want to drink energy drinks anymore. I got to trade off. And I decided to just drink that stuff straight. Just straight black coffee from the worst kind of stuff. And I did that for 3 months just because I was saving money, drinking the free stuff at work. And then I was like, I'd like to have coffee in the morning before I go to work. And that's when I bought Folgers, and I was like, this is the greatest cup of coffee I've ever had. And it's because I was drinking shitty workplace coffee. And that's how you train yourself to like the low-end stuff, guys. You have the low-end stuff, and then you go to the complete bottom of the barrel, the absolute worst, and you drink that for a while. And then when you step up to what is considered the bottom of the barrel for snobs, it's the most elite thing you've ever had. You feel like you're on top of the world, and that's how you operate as a poor person. And that's what I do. And I got to get a new coffee maker now. And I should do it. I wanted to just replace the coffee craft. I guess that's what they call it, is a craft. It's the pot. I call it a coffee pot. I don't know. But I wanted to just replace that, right? I have a little 5-cup coffee maker. That's all I need. And I went to Walmart, and the coffee pot is $10. A new coffee maker with a new pot is $11. It makes no sense. But I don't want to throw out the coffee maker. I feel bad. And then I'm just causing more problems and just throwing away something that works perfectly fine because I broke the coffee pot. Why can't I just find a replacement that's cheaper? I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and and I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Why don't you guys comment in below and let me know what I should do? Should I just be a typical American and do what I do? Oh, I broke one piece of this, even though it's still functional, and throw it away? Should I do that? Or should I just bite the bullet and buy the replacement one? I don't know. You guys let me know. I'll do your will. I will do your bidding, whatever you guys decide. For once, I'll let democracy. I'll let it slide this once. Democracy will pick what I do. You guys get to choose what I do with my finances. How about that? In the meantime, guys, let's get into what I found this week. And it relates pretty well to what I was talking about. Because I've been tired. Because I haven't been able to get sleep, right? And it's just been terrible. I haven't been able to rest well because I'm not getting coffee, so I have to figure out these different ways to make up the energy on the back half. And it turns out maybe part of the problem is sleeping isn't the only thing I need to do. There's other types of rest, guys, which leads me to this thing I found. The 7 types of rest every person needs. I didn't know there were 7 types of rest. It's almost like 7's a magic number that keeps recurring in the universe. Weird. But I guess there's 7 types, so let's find out what they are. Have you ever tried to fix your ongoing lack of energy by getting more sleep, only to do so and still feel exhausted? Is the sky blue? Is the grass green? Is the Pope Catholic? And one follow-up question, does a bear shit in the woods? Indeed. We've all feel that every time. You can't get enough sleep. I don't think there's a person on this earth who gets enough sleep. I don't know anybody who's ever gotten the right amount of sleep, ever. If that's you, here's the secret. Sleep and rest are not the same thing, although many of us incorrectly confuse the two. We go through life thinking we've rested because we have gotten enough sleep, but in reality, we've missed out on other types of rest we directly need. The result is a culture of high achieving, high producing, chronically tired, and chronically burnt out individuals. We suffer from a rest deficient because we don't understand the true power of rest. Rest should equal restoration in the 7 key areas of your life. Okay, so it's not really, this is going to be 7 key areas that you need to get rest, not 7 key types, I feel like. Anyway, let's find out. First type of rest you need is physical rest, which can be passive or inactive, or active. Passive physical rest includes sleeping, napping, while active physical rest means restorated activities like yoga, stretching, massage therapy to help improve your body's circulation and flexibility. Okay. The more I keep finding out about stretching, the more and more I don't do it enough. I need to just dedicate time to just stretching. And I want to do it too. I need to. I saw a man in Walmart when I was looking for that coffee pot. He was standing next to me, and I think he was having the same issue. He was breaking coffee pots too, and he was like, this man had a pure 90-degree back, guys. Just the most hunchback person I've ever seen. And he could have been in a horrible accident that got it that way, right? Totally. Or he's been having bad posture his whole life. I'm slouching right now. Talking about it makes me want to sit up. I am so terrified of that. I don't want to have a end table back where somebody can just rest a beer on me and be totally fine. That's why I'm trying to get back into stretching to help with make sure I'm keeping those shoulder blades back and all that stuff. But anyway, I digress. Stretch, guys. The second type of rest is mental rest. Do you know that coworker who starts the work every day with a huge cup of coffee? He's often irritable and forgetful, and he has a difficult time concentrating on his work. When he lies down at night to sleep, he frequently struggles to turn off his brain as conversations from the day fill his thoughts. And despite sleeping 7 or 8 hours, he wakes up feeling like he never went to bed, and he has mental rest deficient. He, um, the good news is you won't have to quit your job or go on vacation to fix this. Schedule short breaks occur every 2 hours through your workday. These breaks can remind you to slow down. You might also keep a notepad on your by your bed and jot down any nagging thoughts that would keep you awake. This is a good idea in theory, but I don't know if corporate America is ready for you to take a break every 2 hours. You get, I don't know, my job, you get two 15-minute breaks and then your half hour for lunch, right? You only have to clock out for your half hour for lunch. That's when you're off the clock. But the 15 minutes ones, you're just on there. And I don't think you're allowed to like split them up anyway. It's tough if you want to like have like this work-life balance. The rules that are in place for you are not friendly in that aspect of it. Also, if you have a notepad and you're supposed to write down any nagging thoughts that are keeping you awake, boy howdy, you're gonna need. Do they make notepads enough? Like you're gonna have a stack. You imagine that stack of notebooks. You need to burn all of those after you fill it. Just every nagging thought, and you just have 70-page notebooks filled with just one-line thoughts about horrible things that you're thinking about. You have to burn those. You have to literally sacrifice those thoughts because you can't let them sit there. You don't want to revisit those and read those. Oh boy, is that a scary notebook to go back through. Imagine your wife finds that. Well, she knows you have it, but like eventually one day she just goes through it. She's like, the problem is she's gonna count how many involve her. Hey, ooh, you don't want to deal with that. That's why, as a good Irish Catholic person, you just push it down. You just keep those inside, and you die of a heart attack at 60. And then you don't have to worry about getting rest anymore. The third type of rest we need is sensory rest. Bright lights, computer screens, background noises, multiple conversations, whether it's in the office or a Zoom call, can cause a sense of overwhelming senses to feel overwhelmed. This can be countered by doing something simple like closing your eyes for a few minutes in the middle of the day, as well as by intentionally unplugging from electronics at the end of every day. Intentional moments of sensory deprivation can begin to undo the damage inflicted by overstimulated world. Yeah, that makes sense. Everybody knows that. We need to just disconnect from fucking technology and screens and all sorts of shit for a while. The fourth type of rest is creative rest. This type of rest is especially important for anyone who solves problems or brainstorms new ideas. Creative rest awakens awe and wonder inside of each of us. Do you recall the first time you saw the Grand Canyon, the ocean, or waterfall, allowing yourself to take in the beauty of the outdoors, even if it looks at a local park or in your background, provides you with creative rest. But creative rest isn't simply about appreciating nature. It's also including enjoying the arts. Turning your workplace into a place of inspiration, displaying images of places you love and work of art to speak to you. You can't spend 40 hours a week staring at a blank jumble of surroundings and expect yourself to feel passionate about anything, much less come with innovative ideas. Now let's take a look at another individual. I don't care about another individual. I just want to comment. I don't have shit at my desk. That's probably why I don't feel very inspired when I go to work most days. It's just hard. I don't want to have a shit ton of stuff at my desk. I just spilled water. Damn it. I just spilled water. I just spilled my water. I can't believe I did that. I spilled my water. Yeah, I just don't have any stuff there. I don't care to have stuff there. And it's probably because I want to be detached. I don't want to feel like I'm present there, and it's a bad thing. I should probably put a little more work into my job, but then I wouldn't be putting the work I put into this for you guys. You see what I mean? I suffer for my job that actually pays me to get you guys something that you probably don't even need that much, but here we are. Let's go to the next part. This person requires emotional rest, which it means they have time and space to freely express your feelings and cut back on the people pleasing. Emotional rest also requires the courage to be authentic. An emotional rested person can answer questions like, "How are you today?" with a truthful, "I'm not okay." Then go on to share the hard thing that they're overwhelmed to go to say. If you need emotional rest, you probably have a social rest deficiency too. This occurs when you fail to differentiate between relationships that reveal us from those relationships that exhaust us. To experience more social rest, surround yourself with positive and supportive people. Even if your interactions have occurred virtually, you can choose to engage more fully in them by turning on your camera and focusing on who you are speaking to. The final type of rest is spiritual rest, which is the ability to connect beyond the physical and mental feeling, a deep sense of belonging, love, and acceptance and purpose. To receive this, engage in something greater than yourself and add prayer, meditation, or community involvement to your daily routine. As you see, sleep can't restore us to the point of we feel rested. I did not get that sentence right at all. So it's time for us to begin focusing on getting the right type of rest we need. That last part is very interesting about the spiritual rest, because I think people do get hung up on the fact of religion, and people are so turned off by that idea. Even meditation, it is important, I think, to think about something bigger than yourself. It's tough to do, and it's kind of overwhelming, but being part of that helps. I think that kind of rest is very, very important. Emotional rest, man, that is a tough one, especially when it feels like a lot of times we're told you have to basically shut down your emotions in certain situations. I don't feel like I'm allowed to be emotional in like work related things or certain aspects. Like, it seems like having any kind of emotion is actually very frowned upon, and it's very annoying. I don't know. I think you should allow people to have their emotional feelings without judging how they're going to feel. But that's a tough thing to do and requires emotional maturity, which I know I don't have. That's why I'm unhealthily expressing my emotions most of the time. But that's why we're here to work on stuff. And that's why this is not worth the time, because I found all this stuff for you guys, because otherwise you wouldn't have looked this up, right? And I just read it to you, and here we go. And you listen to me talk about how I broke a coffee pot all day. Wow, was this episode just filled with stuff living up to the name of this show. And guys, if you like this show, head on over to punninggame.com, where you can find the archive of it. And we got all sorts of episodes. We're over 100 episodes now. We're at this is 133. So there's 132 more episodes that you can go listen to. Guys, there's a half hour, all those. Think about it. Guys, now there's even more stuff there. That's right. This isn't the only show there. There's Who Gives a F? Me and Nathan talking. We are almost at 365 episodes. You can listen to us every day for a year now on Who Gives a F. So check that out. And If you want to watch the podcast and see me read the article and all that stuff, you just go to youtube.com and search Comic Wade Taylor. At Comic Wade Taylor is the handle, and you can get the video versions of those podcasts. You can see stand-up clips. You can see my half-hour wild horses. All sorts of cool stuff happening at Comic Wade Taylor on YouTube. So go check that out. Subscribe, hit like, share it with a friend if you enjoy this. It's definitely a good way to pass the time. I know I need podcasts. You guys need podcasts to pass the day, and I'm glad I can help you do that. Also, guys, head over to the Punting Game Shop. We can get t-shirts, hoodies, all sorts of cool stuff to support your favorite website here. And don't forget to use promo code NWTPOD. That's NWT Pod, and it gets you free shipping at checkout. So don't forget to check out all that good stuff. I don't have any shows coming up, so I don't have anything to plug there. But I thank you for sticking around and listening at the end to see if there were. If you did, good for you guys. Thank you. Guys, this has been Not Worth the Time. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.